305, but that would leave them 21 seats short of an outright majority. Labour would have 255 seats. The Liberal Democrats would be in third place with 61, other parties with 29. And the figures are based on a sample of people from across the country who were asked how they voted today when they left their polling station. Now, I should say, of course, all polls have a margin of error, which could well be significant in such a tight election. We're seeing the swings already in just the 3 seats we've seen so far. We had a clearer picture as more results come in. Now, a number of polling stations across the country have been caught out by a large turnout. There have been extraordinary scenes, as some have closed and turned away queues of people outside before they got a chance to vote. The Labour Deputy Leader, Harriet Harman, has said results are potentially open to a legal challenge if they're close. In Sheffield, the returning officer has apologised profusely to residents unable to vote. Now, this was the scene in Sheffield Hallam, that's Nick Clegg's constituency, with people queuing around the block as the 10 o'clock deadline approached. As police were called in to move people on, one local resident voiced her frustration.
It's shocking. There's about 100 people who haven't been able to vote, who are really cared. I mean, it was pouring with rain. So, you know, we take it very seriously, and it's terribly undemocratic. And I think everybody's very angry.
Hear, hear.
Yeah.
Well, among the other polling stations caught out by the late surge in voter demand was Leeds, with just half an hour to go until the voting deadline was up. This was the scene with queues, look, you see them there, right along the street. And there were similar scenes at a polling station in Ealing in West London, where people were having to line up outside before casting their vote. And there have been reports of more disruption at other counts in Lewisham, Hackney and Lambeth and other parts of London, with police in attendance, and more reports are still coming in. The former UK Independence Party leader is recovering from a plane crash. Nigel Farage was a passenger in a light aircraft which plummeted to the ground shortly after taking off from an airfield near Brackley in Northamptonshire. Mr Farage is being treated in hospital for broken ribs and minor injuries. He's standing for the seat of Buckingham tonight, so you may have to hear the result from his hospital bed. And incidentally, as well as following us live here in the studio, you can also check every detail and follow live updates from your constituency right through to the final result online. That's at bbc.co.uk/election. So there we have it, just to recap. Extraordinary scenes at the polling stations, and according to tonight's exit poll, it looks as if we are heading for a hung parliament, that's the moment, with the Conservatives as the largest party.
Thanks very much, Fiona. Well, it's all to play for, really, with this exit poll, as far as I can see. The BNP, we'll be looking at their figures, but their leader, Nick Griffin, is just arriving at Barking, where he's standing against Margaret Hodge, the Labour candidate. And they're hoping not only to take this seat in Parliament, it will be the first time the BNP, or indeed any party of that ilk, the far right with racist views, had been in the House of Commons, but they're also hoping to take Barking Council tonight. There are elections going on there, but they won't be announced until tomorrow. With Nick Griffin talking to a few of his supporters behind him, perhaps one of his bodyguard. Well, let's leave Barking for the moment. Just one more word on this increasing scandal about the voting system tonight. We're told that one polling station actually had run